Since the beginning days of hip-hop, the crew has always been important. It's a symbol of strength in numbers, from TDE to Cash Money, or Griselda to the Dungeon Family. It's undeniable that the crew is essential in hip-hop. There's nothing bigger than crew love. With masterminds P and Coach K at the helm of hip-hop's hottest label right now, Quality Control has been a dominant force in music for the past few years. Coach K moved to Atlanta in 1996 to start a record label with former NBA player Allen Henderson. He eventually became involved in the management of both Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy. Both of the artists had successful releases while working with Coach K. This gave relevancy to the way he does business. Meanwhile, Pierre P. Thomas was trying to launch an independent label, Dirty Dollar Entertainment. Not really seeing a return on his investment, he had decided to give up on the music business while renting out a recording studio that he had also invested in. P approached Coach K to seek his interest in renting the studio. Coach K asked if P was starting his label back up and proceeded to play P music by his latest act, Migos. P was automatically interested as Migos had a fresh new sound. The duo got right to work with Migos. Migos' Versace record began picking up steam with Drake jumping on a remix for the record. Migos was quickly drawing in a new and widespread audience. QC secured a distribution deal for Migos with Leor Cohen's 300 Entertainment label and the joint venture with Capitol Music Group. Understanding that the future of music was reliant on digital sales and visibility, they hired a radio and promotion staff and invested $1 million into a headquarters with 4 recording studios and office space in Atlanta. With Migos being the hottest new rap group and an opportunity to create an empire, QC began signing more acts. In 2016, they signed a deal with Lil Yachty, a colorful and creative teen rapper with a unique connection to youth culture. Another QC signee, Rich the Kid, released his first album in 2018, debuting at number 2 with the hit single Plug Walk, raking in over 40 million streams on Spotify. In 2017, Migos' Bad and Bougie shot to number 1 on Billboard, creating an even bigger international draw. Shortly after, QC signed City Girls. City Girls are a duo from Miami who only had 2 songs when they inked their deal. They were new to making music and had little experience. QC developed the duo and released their first project in 2018. Lil Baby is another testament to QC's Midas touch. Coming up in the same neighborhood as Young Thug and P, Lil Baby had hung around QC for some time as a teen. Lil Baby had no desire to rap. However, Coach K saw a star in the teen and began to try to get him to make music instead of hustling. A few years later, after a short stint in prison, he took to rapping, signed with QC, and released his first project in 2017. Lil Baby is now one of the biggest rappers in music and has won several BET awards. This is a testament to how QC understands artist development and marketing. Quality Control is a well-oiled machine. It's quite obvious that QC is more than just a label. It seems to be a breeding ground for some of the biggest artists in the world, and through all of their success, this crew seems like they're just getting started. Eazy-E, a local entrepreneur from Compton, California, had an idea to get into the music business in the mid-1980s. Working with local acts from his parents' garage, he formed Ruthless Records. Eazy eventually met Jerry Heller, an artist manager who had worked with singers like Marvin Gaye and Ike and Tina Turner. The two went into business together. Eazy met Dr. Dre and DJ Yella, who were part of an electro music group, and Ice Cube, who was part of a rap group called CIA. Eazy-E knew that Dr. Dre and Yella had a talent for producing records, and Cube was a great songwriter, so there was potential for them as a collective. In forming NWA as a group, he also enlisted the help of MC Ren, who had signed to Ruthless Records as a solo artist initially and was writing records for Eazy along with Ice Cube. NWA released a compilation album in 1987 under NWA and the Posse. NWA's music was very hardcore and explicit. Their music contained street tales about the gangsta lifestyle, which Eazy-E would call reality rap. Eventually, the industry would dub their music gangsta rap. NWA's debut album, Straight Outta Compton, was released in 1988. The album contained the highly controversial record, F the Police. It's a protest record that expresses the oppressive nature in which police treat people in black neighborhoods. The record caused an uproar by police departments around the country. The FBI wrote a letter to the record company expressing their disapproval of F the Police, but that didn't slow down the success of the album as it sold over 3 million copies. Straight Outta Compton pushed the group directly into mainstream stardom. After the success of Straight Outta Compton, Ice Cube left the group and went solo. He had issues with Ruthless Records over business dealings. NWA released an EP titled 100 Miles and Running, minus Ice Cube in 1990. Their second full-length album released in 1991. Meanwhile, Cube and NWA would go back and forth, targeting each other in their music. After the group's second album, Dr. Dre would two-split with NWA over contract and money issues. Eazy-E and MC Ren continued to release solo albums through Ruthless Records. Eazy-E also signed more rap acts to Ruthless, including Bone Thugs and Harmony and JJ Fad. Ice Cube continued to release critically acclaimed albums, and Dr. Dre would eventually sign with Death Row Records, releasing his debut solo album, The Chronic, in 1992. After the untimely death of Eazy-E in 1995, the former members of NWA reconciled. Although NWA only released 2 full albums, their impact on pop culture and rap music actually helped to shift the way hip-hop music is viewed. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2016. They contributed to Compton's presence in rap music and helped solidify the West Coast as a force to be reckoned with.